Finally, a fight that I am confident I am on the right side of. WarriorBetMMA.com for all my official bets. I want to talk about Miles John versus Sexy Mexy John Castaneda. All right, just tape this fight. I'm actually very excited about this fight. I think this is a great fight, even more so because I like a bet here. I finally like a bet. I I put out 2 videos and you guys are like, "What the fuck? You're not telling me anything here. You're just telling me I got questions. I got questions too." Well, I got an answer for you. I finally got an answer for you. So here we go. Let's take a look at the betting line. John Castaneda, Sexy Mexi versus Miles Johns, plus 170. Castaneda side, Miles Johns minus 195. All right. Miles Johns coming off a win over Anderson Dos Santos, KO 5 months ago. Previous to that, he fought Kevin Natividad, KO uppercut in that third round off a fucking glove grab, or he had his fucking fingers inside his glove. But anyways, here nor there, he was beating him in that fight. And John Castaneda is coming off a win over Eddie Wineland 11 months ago. He's been out of the cage for 11 months. Previous to that, he lost to Nathaniel Wood on short notice. I believe that was Fight Island, right? Anyways, I broke down the tape today, and I've never really been a fan of Miles Johns. I watched that Anderson Dos Santos fight, and it's just like he had Dos Santos like compromised within a minute or a minute and a half. Go back and watch that fight. Dos Santos is his leg got taken out inside a minute and a half, and from then on, it's just like to me, it's like pointless information. We all know what Miles Johns is, and I kind of took nothing from that fight, if I'm being completely honest with you. Um, and previous to that versus Kevin Natividad, like all he was doing, he was backing up the whole fight. Like he's not gonna lead the dance. If anything in this matchup, I trust John Castaneda to lead the dance. He's gonna be commanding the center of the octagon. He's gonna be the one pressing the action. I trust his volume a lot more. I trust his versatility of strikes a lot more. But anyways, back to the Kevin Natividad fight. Kevin got going a little too late in this fight. All that Miles Johns was doing really in that fight was pumping a jab. Literally, Kevin Natividad was running into every single fucking jab that this guy threw. It wasn't until the like latter half of the second round and third round to where Kevin was like, "Oh, maybe I should feint out the jab and then go." He realized it too late, and before you knew it, it was over. He was fucking staring up at the lights. Um, but yeah, I don't think there's anything to the game of Miles Johns, guys. Like, I think he's been overrated for a long time, and there's nothing too good about this guy's game. Like, he's a good wrestler, but his top control is pretty bad. I'm not worried about his wrestling. I mean, he can get a takedown here and there. Probably that's probably going to happen here. But I trust John Castaneda to scramble out. I trust Castaneda to not lay on his back. And even if I was worried about him laying on his back, like the other side of that, like I previously mentioned, like the top control in general from Miles Johns is just not there. So he can shoot a bunch of meaningless takedowns all he wants. That's fine. I don't think it's going to mean anything in this matchup. Wrestling, I don't think is going to come into account. If I'm wrong there, goddamn, I'm really wrong, and that's a big thing that I'm kind of dismissing here. But I think this is going to be a striking fight. It's going to come down to John Castaneda being the one who's commanding the center of the octagon, and I think by far Castaneda is more versatile on the feet. He's a way better boxer. He's got way better head movement. He's got way better tools, boxing and kicking. He's the better kickboxer here. And on top of that, I'll go back to it again. Miles Johns isn't the kind of guy who's going to take the center of the octagon and be the one pressing. It was a little worrisome. I'm going to be honest with you in the Eddie Wineland fight to where Castaneda was sort of playing the outside. He was playing behind the black line, and I mean, it ended up working out. He landed a beautiful punch on Eddie Wineland, but I do not want to see Castaneda playing the outside behind the black line in this fight. Previous to that, though, like he had never showed that, kind of approach. Like, he's usually in your face, go forward, not backing up the way he did. Maybe the style of Eddie Wineland, hands down, it took a little while for him to get used to, but that's one thing that does concern me. If he did what he did versus Wineland, tries to play the outside and lets Miles John be the one commanding the center and pressuring most of the time, I think that's really, really bad. But this is going to be a striking match, guys, and it was obvious to me right away who the better striker is. Miles Johns has a jab. Miles Johns has a low kick. The low kick's not going to be there. Castaneda is a southpaw. So you take away Miles John's low kick and you take away his wrestling because I think that's not going to be a factor here. Castaneda has the tools to work back up, and top control Miles John sucks. So what do you get? You get a striking battle, and I feel like broken record here, but the better fighter in that situation in a kickboxing fight is John Castaneda. I just don't understand how you get minus 195 for Miles Johns here. I really don't. Like, the Castaneda's not going to be running into a jab like a slow, plotty Kevin Natividad. Uh, Castaneda's not going to be taken out in the first minute and a half of the fight like Anderson Dos Santos. There's nothing to the game of Miles Johns. Uh, Very simple, very basic. Is he a good wrestler? Does he have a little bit of power? Yes, but this plus number, guys, is fucking insane. Plus 170. I think this is honestly, this at worst is the pick 'em fight, and based on the style of matchup and based on my eye, what my trained eye is telling me, I think Castaneda should be the favorite here. I really do. So, I finally give you guys something with conviction, a bet that I'm convinced that we are on the right side of. I think over the course of 15 minutes, this is going to be Castaneda commanding the center of the octagon, pushing forward. I trust his volume way more. I trust his versatility as far as kicks and hooks, jabs, whatever it is, way more than I do Miles Johns. He's got a jab. He's got a jab with random takedowns and no top control. So I got Castaneda all day here. I think Castaneda, is he going to finish Miles Johns? Probably not. Is he going to win a decision? Yes. I got Castaneda, sexy Mexi via decision. I knew right away as soon as I started taping this fight today. It was like that. Something clicked, and I saw it. Maybe it's just me being a hater of Miles Johns. I don't know. I don't think I am. I just think he's very basic and kind of overrated as far as um, his betting lines are concerned. I don't think there's anything special. I think the obvious clear side is John Castaneda here. I kind of expect this line to close. I'm surprised it hasn't. It's already fucking Monday. Oh, okay. Well, we had some action just now, but I expect it to close as we get closer to Saturday. Sexy Mexi's the pick. Nothing official now, but you guys can get ahead of it. My YouTube video is coming out before I make this play, probably. So get ahead of it. Sexy Mexi via decision. That's the pick.